What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about how much I fucking hate most people in this world. Like, I really, how much I really can't stand a lot of motherfuckers in this world. And I'm not saying this out of projection. Like, I really do hate a lot of fucking people, but like, I just don't express it towards them as much because of my career, because of my occupation. So I'm forced to kind of bite my tongue. But I just feel like I genuinely, because I get a lot of comments about people trying to convince me and saying that, oh, we do have free will, or like we do, like they're trying to convince me like life is a certain way. In reality, you guys haven't experienced jack fucking shit on what the fuck I've experienced. So you guys commenting on my videos saying that like, oh, we do have free will, or like, oh, like you're just like you're pessimistic, or like you don't have patience enough for people, or like God isn't against you. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, for real, like, shut the fuck up. Because clearly, you guys commenting that, and even if you guys don't have bad intentions, I'm still talking about you guys. Like, for real, like, shut the fuck up. Because I could tell just by, like, the energy of you guys' comments and the intentions and, like, what you guys are saying. Like, you guys clearly haven't been through, like, shit that I've been through. And I don't give a fuck if you've been through things that are harder than what I've been through, but just know that I've been through things that were very spiritual, that were very like, that I feel like God really gave me certain experiences to where it did open my eyes to how like how harsh life could be. And it's not me being cold-hearted, it's not me being like pessimistic, it's not that. It's just like I can't find the right words, but it's really disturbing. And knowing that, but you guys also haven't done the research, and you guys haven't actually used your fucking mind or your brain to come up with conclusions and thinking outside the box and going against the grain. You guys haven't done any of that shit. So shut the fuck up, you know? Y'all still free to comment. I mean, at the end of the day, you guys are my viewers and my subscribers. So at the end of the day, you guys are part of helping me growing, and you guys are helping me getting paid one day. So I really don't give a fuck. But I'm just saying that shit gets annoying where like people, they because when people, the thing about most human beings and people, and I don't give a fuck if I'm sounding like, oh, I'm all annoying or like I'm the shit. I am. But the problem with most human beings and people is that like they experience certain things in life, or like they have a certain perspective. And since people are so egotistical, they're so self-centered, they like to project their egotistical ways and their self-centeredness onto people, thinking that they'll either get the upper hand, or like thinking that they're right. Because people, they don't really work on themselves like that. They don't think. They don't fucking think. And that's gonna be a lot of people's downfall in their life, because they don't fucking think. They don't observe. They don't reflect. They don't do that shit. They don't study themselves. They fucking don't. Because that shit gets annoying, because I be talking about certain things I've experienced on my videos, and then people want to try to convince me that, oh, we do have free will, or like, oh, like, or like just certain shit where like they'll say like, oh, God, like, why do you hate God so much, or like, how come like you shouldn't be talking like this and that towards the creator and towards the universe. And I'm like, man, shut the fuck up, like, for real, because you guys really haven't been through what I've fucking been through. You guys have no fucking clue on what it's like to have your free will being controlled. And it's not even hard to look at us not having free will or life being pre-planned. It's not that hard to see that, but you guys are so fucking stupid. You guys are so fucking like, you guys are stuck in a box. Y'all don't see how life really is. And people want to say, oh, it's your vibration or it's your mindset. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, shut up. You guys clearly haven't, no, you guys don't know anything about generational curses and generational patterns and trauma and like certain karma, or like certain things that your soul wants to experience because of how powerful it is, pretty much, on how fucking brave it is. So it's gonna experience certain abuse, certain painful bullshit, and certain types of like disturbing shit that you guys can't even fucking grasp. You guys have a weak ass fucking spirit and shit, you know. But I hate a lot of people because like, and all throughout my life, I've always been around a lot of inconsiderate people. Like, because I'm not gonna mention her name, but when she said that, like, like when she said that when she was like contemplating suicide, when she think that she wanted to commit suicide, or like when she had thoughts about it, what she said was very deep. She said people are saying like, oh, you shouldn't commit suicide, life is beautiful, life is amazing, and like you're so amazing, you're so like, you shouldn't do that because you got so much to offer around the world. And what was deep about that was that, like, she said that she is highly aware of her worth. She's highly aware of what she could bring to the table when it comes to connections, when it comes to this world. She's highly aware of that. She's not aware of that at all. She is aware of that. But the only problem with her is that, like, the only problem she mentioned that is that, like, she knows her worth, but she knows what she can bring to the table, but she feels like, and she knows that a lot of people in this world can't really offer the same thing back to her. And once she said that, that really made me stop and think, because she's right. You could bring, as a human, and this is a real thing, as a human being, you could bring so much to the table. You could have so much to offer. You could be meant for fucking great things. But if God or the universe, if they're not placing you towards the right types of people, if they're not putting you in the right types of environments and life situations, then yes, you are going to have urges and desires and certain thoughts and patterns to want to kill yourself, not because of you not knowing your self-worth, but it's more out of like rage, anger, confusion, and just being fed up of God, or just you not being around people who are at your level. So when she mentioned something like that, I definitely agree with her. No, I'm not suicidal or anything like that, but I could definitely relate to her. I know what she's talking about, that she knows her worth, but she feels like, and she knows that a lot of people, they can't really bring anything to the table when it comes to her. The same thing with this world. And when she mentioned that, like, I totally understand, because if I had an option to really like kill myself and to not be here without feeling pain, then yeah, I'll do it. Cause like, because like like, I love life. I love myself. I know my worth. I know I can bring to the table. I've accomplished a lot of things. I made impacts in people's lives, and I'm on my way to success. And I just know it. But I just feel like I'm just never around the right types of people, and like I'm just, this world is just so depressing. It's the fucking people. Like even my whole life, like I had cut off a lot of family members. I was forced to cuss them out. I was forced to defend myself towards them because they just weren't growing. They were very narcissistic, very abusive, very disturbing, and they're heading towards a very narrow, very like bad path in life that is gonna fuck them up in the long run, and it's happening right now. So I was forced to get away from them. When it comes to love, people can't really offer that. A lot of people, they're just stuck in their bullshit ass mindsets where I can't fucking deal with them. Even when I'm forced to be around people like that, because as a human being, you crave connections. When I'm forced to be around people, just their conversations and how they interact, and how they go about life and their mindset and perspectives and how they move, it just doesn't sit well right with me, because I just don't fucking like it. I don't agree with these people. Like, I always got to play dumb to be at these people's level. They're just fucking stupid, you know? And the reason why a lot of people go through a lot of codependencies and a lot of like drug addictions, not just drugs, but it could be food addiction, sex, porn, it could be like anything. It could be like social media, it could be anything for validation. Reasons why people do that, a lot, like damn near everyone, is because they have a disconnect with God and source energy. When you have a disconnect, because I feel like the human experience, this 3D realm, I feel like you're naturally going to have a huge disconnect with God and the Creator, because because this world, since it's ruled by pedophiles and Masonic bloodlines, it's hard for you to even navigate and to maneuver into this realm in one piece, because everything is so controlled and restricted. It's like you don't have any freedom to really do anything. Why do I say this? Travel. If you want to meet your soul tribe and like-minded people, you have to travel around, explore, expand your horizons. You can't do that unless you have a vehicle. And in order for you to have a vehicle, you're gonna have to work a bullshit job, make money, and just take all that time just to even have a car. But even once you do have that car, you don't have time to even enjoy that shit, because you're working at a bullshit job. Not only that, but in this timeline we're in, you got time speeding up, you got the days going by a lot faster, so it's hard for you to even take time for your personal self and to expand your horizons. People want to say time speeding up is a good thing. That's bullshit. Time is a bad thing if you're working for the system. And even if you're not working for the system, it's still a bad thing, because most people who don't work for the system, they don't have money like that. And when they don't have money like that, they don't have resources to travel around and to expand their horizons. So people who are working versus people who aren't working, they're both not living life. They're just surviving. And that's a huge fucking problem. You know? As human beings, we crave love and source energy. It's hard to do that when we live in a low vibrational realm. When a lot of people are just fucked up mentally, it's hard to do that. This is why a lot of people fall into like codependencies and bad habits, and just people are just miserable. But unlike most people, just me apparently, I blame God and the universe because I look at shit from a higher perspective. So like do I have a lot of anger and bitterness towards the creator and God? Yes, I do. I really do, because of the things I've been through, the things what God put me through, and the things I'm trying to battle when it comes to not being around like-minded people, feeling of isolation, of just despair, loneliness and shit like that. It does get frustrating. People just really piss me off so much, man. Like, I'm really surprised I'm not in jail, man, because like I've so many times where I could have easily just hurt someone, cussing people out at the workplace. There's so many urges, man. But me, I feel like I'm such a man. I'm so mentally fucking strong. Like I'm such a powerful person that like I don't fall into things like that. There are times where I do slip up. There's plenty of times where I do slip up, but for the most part, I'm not in jail. I'm not in prison. I haven't caused any issues, you know. And it's not me causing issues. People, they're usually the ones that start shit. But yeah, man, because it was it was recently where I was working at this. I'm a career at this job. And I do certain tasks and job duties, and like it was pissing me off because like I was doing some bullshit that like I just feel like, man, I'm better than this. Like I could be doing something greater. Why am I stuck in this bullshit ass job, this bullshit ass career full of dumbass fucking people? Like, why am I stuck in that shit, man? And it's fucked up because like me, I had no choice but to be in that career field, you know. And it's because I had to get out of my situation from my abusive family's household. So, and people, they're fucking dumb. Like people, like I'm telling you, like we do not have free will. We don't have free will. There even Johnson, he talks about this. There's certain spirits and people, they have a lot of karma and baggage in their life to where they got to clear out. And even then, it takes lifetimes. It takes fucking forever just to do that. But people, they don't see that shit. People are just so fucking dumb, and I do think people are dumb, but I also feel like people are just weak and they're scared. They're very weak and scared because they're scared to actually think that like, oh, God has the best interest, the universe has. No, they don't. No, they don't, because it's like because God or spirit, they really put you through certain fucked up situations and abuse just for you to overcome it. And then once you overcome it, it's like it's a lifelong process of battling and shit. I understand it's part of a test for you to have a closer connection with creator and source in this illusionary as bullshit as 3D realm. That's one of the reasons why it is so harsh, so you could like have faith within the creator and God. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people go through hell in this realm, and there is hell in this realm. It's a test for you to have faith. I get it, but at the same time, I feel like there has to be a line drawn to where like you go through suffering, you go through pain, and then when is there an end to it? You know what I'm saying? Like there isn't an end to it. There's why a lot of people fall into bad habits. A lot of people are the way they are. A lot of people suffer in this world. There's why there's a lot of broken families, a lot of like child trafficking and just all this stupid ass shit, and people are just fucking miserable every day of my fucking life. People always got some bullshit ass personal problems every time I come across with it, you know. People are just so miserable, you know. And it's sad, it's like that. It really is sad. But like I said, you got to be the light that this world needs, unfortunately. And unfortunately, there's a little bit of people that have that shit. I put my car on because it's fucking hot. Also, what also like pissed me off about this experience, about this human experience, is that like you got time speeding up, you got the days going by a lot faster. So why the fuck is time speeding up so fucking fast? Like, for real, like, why would God or the universe, like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, why would they speed up time? But yeah, this system, this society, this world we're living in, all of us being slaves to the system, that's not doing anything but causing more stress. Time speeding up is not going to collapse the system. It's not. Like, there's always going to be, even Chon said, there's always going to be like an updated fucking system, but we're still going to be slaves. We're still going to work. We're just going to be more stressed out, and we're going to have less times for our personal selves. So why the fuck is time speeding up so fucking fast? Like, most of my stresses, most of my, like, being angry and pissed off due to stress is because of time speeding up. So what the fuck is actually going on, dude? Like, for real, like, why does God do some stupid ass shit like that? And then it gets lonely too, because a lot of people, they don't think how I think. They don't look at shit how I look at. You know, they're just pussies, man. They're fucking pussies. Most human beings, they make bad leaders too. A lot of people, they make bad leaders. They make horrible leaders. Why do I say this? Because what makes a great leader is having self-awareness, consideration, and bravery and courage, and but also like consideration for other people. Even though I've already said that, but still, if you want to be a great leader in this life, you need to have self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and consideration. Those are the three major things for you to become a great leader in any field, in any area you are in life. Consideration, emotional intelligence, and self-awareness. A lot of people don't have those traits in life. They simply don't. And I see this, and I've experienced this my whole life. I've seen this shit happen, play out. That is what fuck up organizations, fuck up like teams, and just any structure to where you have a group of people or like an institution or organization. That's what fucks all that up. It's because you have people who shouldn't be leaders, who are trying to be leaders, who are leaders, people who are the wrong fit for it, people who lack self-awareness, who lack consideration, who lack emotional intelligence. A lot of people who lack those things are in leadership positions. I mean, you look at this realm, you got pedophiles who rule this world. They're leaders of this realm pretty much. Even if you look at human history, bad leaders, a lot of corruption. Do I have a lot of anger and bitterness and hatred towards God and the universe? Yes, I do, without a doubt. Like, I do. I fucking do, like, with the passion. Because I do feel some type of way on the things I've seen, the things I've experienced, and the things just fucking downright disturbing. And the things I've heard, like, it's just... What really weighs me down is that, like, I can't really do anything about it. I could talk about it, I could expose it, I could talk about it on YouTube, which helps me a little bit, but it just sucks knowing that, like, God could really, like, kind of, like, fuck you over, or, like, kind of fuck with you in this life, and then it's like you can't really do anything about it, you know, because God, I don't know what God is, I don't know what the universe is, but you can't really, like, confront them like that, you know. So that's what pissed me off sometimes. It's just not right. What I hate about most people too, a lot of people, they're just how they operate. It's how they operate, how their mindset is. They're just so fucking, like, self-centered. And someone commented on one of my videos, and he made a great point. He or she mentioned, like, the thing with some people is that, like, they think they love themselves, they think they have this self-love. In reality, they're just selfish, and they're just like bitter as fuck, but they think as them having love for themselves and them knowing themselves. In reality, they're just being selfish, they're being inconsistent, and they're using self-love as an excuse for them to be selfish and stuck up and bitchy, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people deserve an ass whooping, and a lot of people do deserve to get cussed out, in my opinion. I've cussed a lot of people out, even grown adults, like twice my age. We have a lot of losers in this world, so if you're watching this video, if you're meant for great things, are doing great things, just know that you're not going crazy, and just it's okay for you. Don't feel ashamed for you not wanting to be around people. There's nothing wrong with you. There's a lot of things wrong with them. A lot of people are followers. They're scared. They're confused. They don't know themselves. They don't know what's going on, and they don't have the right principles for them to think outside the box or to be mentally strong. So this is why a lot of people do the same shit. They act the same way, and they cause nothing but pain and suffering towards people who want to do great things. This is why they project, and they have a lot of insecurities and shit like that. It's how they are, pretty much. So stay true to yourself. No matter what perspective you have, as long as you know in your heart that you know what you're talking about, and that's all that matters. Like, I'm using my example. Like, I deeply know for a fact in my heart that God and the universe, they have a lot to do with my suffering, and they have a lot to do with what the fuck they put me through. And ain't no one can tell me otherwise. I know that for a fact in my heart. You can't take that shit away from me. You can't convince me. I don't give a fuck. But me knowing that will makes me, like, it's hard to explain. Like, that what drives me to become the best version of myself, knowing that, like, I could see through the bullshit. I can see through the corruption. And even if God or the universe, if they're not corrupt, if they don't have bad intentions, but just the fact that they put me through certain things in life, that in itself gives me enough fuel to become the best version of myself. Either because I was, like, worthy enough to experience a lot of pain and bullshit and suffering and unfairness. So it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. Just know that if you are meant for great things, if you are destined to be great, just know that there's a price that you have to pay for it. There's definitely a price. I definitely agree with there has to be a price, and that price is not easy. It's not smooth. You're gonna have to go through pain, suffering, torture, confusion, misguidance, unfairness, injustices, just so you can, like, because that's how powerful your spirit is, apparently. So if you're watching this video, I really do encourage you to be different, to be unique. It doesn't have to be in real life. It could be through social media. It could be through your creations. It could be through your career. It can be through real life too. It could be anything on what you are interested in. I encourage you to be the best version of yourself and to be unique and be the light this world needs. Because a lot of people, they're not taking their calling. They're not answering their calling. So you watching this, you have to answer your calling. Be that light this world needs. And then you'll create a domino effect of inspiring other people, and then they'll do the same shit, pretty much, you know? Fucking hate people, man. Like, people deserve an ass whooping. They deserve to get cussed out at. Like, for real. Is karma a real thing? I really don't know. I hope it's real. I've booked a lot of personal tarot readings saying that, like, the reasons why I don't see people get their karma is because it's kind of like divine intervention of me not having to see it because I need to heal, and that karma won't boomerang and hit me back, because if I were to see these people done me wrong get their karma, I'll take too much joy, and then I'll get hit karma because of that. So hopefully karma is a real thing, because a lot of people, they deserve that shit. A lot of people deserve to get killed. They deserve to get beat up and slapped in the face and just ass whooping and just cussed out at, you know? A lot of people, they're just dumb. Like, I don't really respect a lot of people. I look down on people, but just because I look down on people, it doesn't mean that I act like that towards them. No, I still treat people how I want to be treated. I still treat people with decency, respect, and integrity, because that's how I am as a person. But the only time I'll defend myself is when they're messing with my money, if they're laying hands on me and stuff like that, or they're being fucking annoying. But also, in this world, unfortunately, since we live in a fake ass fucking world ruled by pedophiles, in order for you to get ahead of life, you have to build connections, especially in the workplace, especially in this system. So I'm not saying you have to be a kiss ass, but what I'm saying is that, like, you have to, when people give you shit, when people give you bullshit, you just have to ignore it. Take the highway road. There are ways where you can combat people's bullshit, and that's by focusing on yourself, working on yourself, and being self-driven and being self-sufficient to the point where when people talk shit, when people try you, that doesn't affect you because you're so focused on yourself. That's called being non-reactive. That's called being observant. Let people observe you. You got pickup artists who talk about this, like the 33 Secrets. He talks about like the importance of being non-reactive and being icy in tense situations, and of people observing you, people reacting towards you. That's a real alpha male, alpha female of people reacting towards you, not you reacting towards them. You even look at great athletes, great influencers. People react to them. These people, they don't react towards the collective. You know, so that's what I mean by that. Like when people give you shit at the workplace and stuff like that, in order for you to get ahead, you have to build connection. So just ignore it, bite the bullet. I know it's not fair. Let karma deal with it. Focus on yourself. Do the right thing. Stay true to yourself. Also, be humbled. Not humble in a way where you downplay your talent and you get it, but be humble in a way where, like, at any given moment, it could be you. The same way where you see the person living on the street, the same way where you see people suffering, that could always be you. Life could switch up like that. So be grateful from where you're at. Have gratitude. Being grateful and having gratitude will take you far in life. Also, treat people with how you like to be treated, with respect, integrity. No matter how shitty people are, just have an open heart. Guard your heart, but at the same time, have an open heart. Don't let people dictate. You know what I'm saying? Like, just people there are losers. Like, we have a lot of losers in this world. We do. So don't let these people influence you. You know, and I feel like if you're able to master these things, you can get far. Never take life personally. Yes, it does feel personal. I know trust me, I know what it's like. I know what it's like for God to constantly put me into situations that are against my favor. Even though I deserve to be put into situations that are in my favor. I put in more work. I put in a lot of like self-development and shit like that. But God, for some reason, just wants to keep testing me and shit like that. Maybe because I have an important soul mission. I'm a powerful spirit. Who knows? But I don't take it personally. Even though I do get pissed off, I just use it as an opportunity for me to learn more lessons and for me to grow and evolve as a person. And that in turn helps me. That's one of the reasons why I even have so much like videos I can make every day about life advice, about like my perspectives, because of what God puts me through pretty much. And I can help share my life experience and my perspectives with you guys. And if it clicks, it clicks. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it resonates, it resonates. If it helps, it helps. And that's good, you know. But and I hate most females too. A lot of females, they have fucking attitude problems. They're so bitchy, bro. Like there are times where I'm craving, like I do, cause I'm a guy, I'm a male, so I do crave sexual experiences and like that. I crave emotional experiences with women, but most women I have seen and observed, they're just bitchy. Even talking to, their fucking attitudes, and I can't fucking deal with that. You know, like, who the fuck wants to deal with a bitchy woman? Like, bitch, why the fuck you so mad? Like, you see me, like, see how angry I am, but I don't project that shit towards people. These women, they project that not just women, guys too, because there are guys who do some bullshit like this too. A lot of they project their shit towards people, because like I said earlier in this video, people, they're self-centered, they're stuck up, and they're fucking stupid. So they don't know how to channel that shit into greatness, so they'll project that shit towards people like a fucking idiots, and then karma hits them, and then they wonder why their lives are so fucking shit. Because bitch, you're not fucking using your energy right, you dumbass. You know, like, so I'm glad I'm single, to be honest. I really am glad. I'm not gonna chase no fucking bitch, bro. Fuck that shit, man. Too grown. I've been through enough to chase a fucking female who has a fucking attitude problem. And even if it's not directed towards me, this how they're like, it's how their energy is, how their perspective is. Like, I'm not dealing with that bullshit. Get the fuck away from me. Even if I do believe I can change them, because I know I can, or even I know for a fact I can make them less cold-hearted and have a different perspective of life through spirituality, I'm still not gonna do it, because fuck you. Like, put in the fucking work. Don't project that shit towards people. I'm not saying it if you're angry or if you feel upset. No, that's cool, but people project that shit. Like, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, as every single person, we all go through struggles, we all go through hardships, we all went through abuse, we all went through trauma. This is how this human experience, this is how God orchestrated this shit. We all go through that shit. So why the fuck, who the fuck do you think you are to project your bullshit onto people, knowing that people been through probably worse shit than you have? But you feel entitled to project your bullshit towards people? What the fuck is wrong with you? And you know what I'm saying? Like, people are just dumb. You never know what people go through in life. You never know. And if anything, that could be you. And even if that was you, you probably wouldn't even handle that shit. So shut the fuck up and treat people with respect. Like, for real, man. But that's all I gotta say, and have a good one. Peace.